has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 4-1.
We're all set, let's go. Turn right on Rockingham Avenue. Bowman Street.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Broadway.
With me, we can work in detail later if we work about it all. You break the music, I'll start driving. I hear they got a great big sky out there. We can learn to fly it before love. Yeah, we can learn to fly it long before we fall. Yeah, we can move a mountain. Yeah, we can drop this hammer. We can drive a back roads. When we get there, we can trade my truck for some horse. Tear down in his hands and all we
Turn right on Broadway. In 900 feet, turn left on Salem Street.
Take the red out.
Turn left on Salem Street. In 1 mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit on US 1 South, Boston.
Niggas don't know the time. I put a gun in your mouth and let the taste blow your mind. Sleepy niggas awake. You're faker than a silicone titty with the shakes. I make more bounce to the motherfucking bounce. And each chime's how it's pronounced, bitch. I hit the switch, cause I got this shit hooked up. And my shit's pure before it's cooked up. More money, that's what it's all about. Young hoes, it's all about digging your mouth. Unholy nigga with the real life crew. We talk about real life shit we been through. Fuck the Reverend 187 and fuck heaven, cause the wicked shit'll never die. I'm doing it 24/7. I do it like this, y'all. I like this, y'all. I do it like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I do it like this, y'all. I like this, y'all. I do it like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I do it like this, y'all. I like this, y'all. I do it like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I do it like this, y'all. I like this, y'all. I do it like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. Served, cause I'm twice as nice with the verbs. I don't believe in God, so fuck what you heard. This ain't no gimmick, so don't mimic.
Anthony!
Hello.
I did the Ryan, but in Anthony form.
Yeah, I'm not asleep yet, but I will be soon. I was FaceTiming Nicole.
Oh, I support it.
Oh, full support.
Yeah, so spicy. Isn't it so spicy, everything?
You know, it's a bit too spicy.
Oh, it is too spicy. Too much
Oh,
spice to handle. You know?
What happened?
Well,
Did anything else happen?
first question though is the John Malevich movie, is it like the full weekends, like 2 days, or is it 1 day on weekends?
I believe it's Saturdays.
Oh, okay, good. Because I hope
Why?
it's not a thing where it's like the full weekends of August is all like taken up by that, you know what I mean?
Oh, John, this is easily gonna turn into every day for the next 2 years.
Oh, I know.
We're
Yep,
gonna be
and
filming on
we
location,
will
sleeping
be-
in tents.
and we will be listed as white supremacists and doxxed and our whole career and life ruined.
Somehow we'll have to pay. Yeah, so your whole situation that happened today is still significantly less horrifying than yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I'm
It
just-
was honestly, out of all of the experiences ever, all the weird shit with Cam and Shane and all them, definitely the strangest thing ever.
Yeah, that does sound
Yeah.
weird. Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Ryan that story, but I just feel I'm not capable of telling it well. It's so interesting
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so
I'll tell that
weird.
at
But
some
yeah,
point.
we definitely need to make sure to not mention anything that we're like any sort of minority in any sense.
Yeah, there's several other things that I found out about that are horrifying about the production too.
Yeah.
So first of all, John has all these crazy ideas
Oh,
about having,
one other thing, I just had a conspiracy theory. I almost forgot to tell you this.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably going to scare the crap out of you. So maybe I shouldn't even say it, but maybe you'll understand it's just conspiracy theory. So, John, his parents are from Serbia. Serbia, a little history for it is there were wars in the 90s of all those countries surrounding, including Serbia, all against each other. And they used to be one big country called Yugoslavia, but they all separated because of like the Christians versus Muslims and stuff like that. So I don't know if you heard about this is another thing that's quasi related. The mass shooter in New Zealand who killed like 50 people from a mosque or whatever. He like quoted, I don't know if it was stuff from Serbia or if it was Croatia or something like that, from like that wartime or whatever. He was obsessed with that wartime because there was a certain country there that was anti-Muslim or whatever during those wars. But anyways, so the other thing I was gonna say is that's just a background for that. And then another thing too is, remember that film we watched in college called A Serbian Film?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was made in Serbia from like a Serbian director, and the point of that film was like, one, to show kind of the atrocities of Serbia and stuff like that, and just kind of interpret it in that way of that movie, but also like how they portrayed it too. It was like they pretended they hired that guy for a porn film, and then it turned out to be like a disturbing. They were documenting him doing like atrocities after they drugged him and stuff. Imagine if this conspiracy theory, John and them and or that guy is doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
That's terrifying. to even
Isn't
think
that
of.
terrifying? So that's why at first when you were saying all that stuff, I was like, damn, this is crazy and stuff like that. And like I was thinking about more different stuff, but then I started thinking about that. Because another thing too is a lot of white supremacists and stuff like that are very peaceful and stuff like that, and they don't do anything. But then there's other like crazy ones, like remember that, I don't know if you remember that bipolar girl last year that is a single mom, and I almost got HPV from her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she she has 2 kids, and they're from 2 different fathers. The second one was from a boyfriend she had who was a white supremacist, And one day he found out that she was quarter Japanese. So he beat the crap out of her and brought her to a woman's shelter and never seen her again. But long story short, I think overall this is probably going to be a peaceful, you know, situation.
Well, so here's a couple other things that make the film sketchy.
Yeah.
So, and something. Okay. So, first of all, John let me take it into a bucket load around all these, like, crazy, like, forklift type machinery that they have at the place to
Yeah.
which obviously I have no intention of doing because there's no insurance of any sort. So it's just extremely dangerous.
Exactly.
And the other thing is, the guns that they're using for this film are real guns.
Yeah.
And they're filling them with blanks. Like, almost bloody firing, which is pretty much, it, like, shoots out the casing, but there's no actual bullets or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a real shell with
They
actual
need to make
gunpowder.
sure it's empty because a lot of those old ones can get jammed and there's stuff in them still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's the thing about it. Like, you can easily see some sort of shooting and say that it was an accident
Yeah.
intentionally,
yeah.
or there could be an actual accident.
Exactly.
And then,
But at the same time, playing devil's advocate, aren't a lot of these people like professionals? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I think they do reenactments professionally.
Okay. But continue.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like 6 to 20 Nazi soldiers for each shoot.
Yeah.
And I think there's about 5 black actors hired.
Yeah.
So if it were something like that, we would be extremely outnumbered.
Yeah.
But it would only be, like, depending if we're only 6 of the Nazis, and it would be even parts like minority and white supremacist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, also playing devil's advocate. If John isn't in on any of this crazy situation, then it would more likely not happen. Do you know what I mean? And then another thing too is, I feel with if John really wanted to do this film, it was planning and everything. You know what I mean? I feel. But at the same time, it's suspicious him using so.
Be talking about future projects.
Yeah.
And
But it could all be a distraction. Could be a distraction, and him using an absurd amount of money this time could be suspicious. The last money he'll ever use. What? No, I just said a conspiracy theory. What if it's a thing where he's saying all that stuff to you as a distraction, and that him spending a lot of money for this is actually a thing where this is going to be one of his last films, you know what I mean? Or not his last film, like it's his last one.
The times where I was worried about getting my equipment stolen, because I have been getting a bad vibe.
From what?
So, just that John and them in general, there's definitely something off.
Yeah.
I think it's just that they're weird.
I personally, from knowing John and everything, I don't think he's a white supremacist at all, or neo-Nazi or anything like that. But I do potentially think that he is. I could potentially see him as one of those TIS that, you know, do one of those crazy mass things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So some other details. When I first got to the people's house, after driving 2.5 hours, the very first thing we did was get into the guy's car and drive to one of the locations.
Yeah.
So when that happened, the location was a half hour from the guy's house, and I left my car with all the equipment
Was it
in the driveway.
Was it in Kingston? Half hour away?
What?
Half hour away?
Half hour away. I think it was in Kingston.
I don't think that would be in Kingston then, because half hour it would be like long.
Yeah, one of them was only like 5 minutes from the guy's house, but the first location we went to was far away.
Yeah.
So, as we're driving, I had already met the weirdo son, and I found a couple other real fucking weirdos that lived in the house. It's kind of like Jake's house where there's just disgusting.
Yeah.
And we drove a half hour, and the whole time I was thinking, isn't it weird that they immediately got me out of my car and had me leave it there by itself? And then now I'm a half hour away. I was thinking that they were possibly gonna steal my camera out of my car while I was gone.
Yeah.
Because some of us were in the car on the road, but like his son and our mom was still in it. That didn't end up happening.
I also wonder if he purposely was trying to meet up with both of us for some sort of reason before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then him to go with you to Beckett to, you know, for those locations of the shots, it seems suspicious. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, I've been saying that he's extremely nervous about things not going right.
That what?
Like he's worried about things not going the way he's planning them.
Yeah.
He wants this movie to be good, so he's been freaking out, and he wants people to be responsive and to make sure that everything goes right. But he seems extremely anxious about it.
Yeah.
And then he said some weird things like that a normal person wouldn't say, but it could just be a Tiss thing.
Yeah.
Like when I got there, he said, I got there later than expected because it was a long drive in the rain. And he was like, oh, I thought you had crashed. I thought you were dead.
That's
But
weird.
like he was dead serious. He was like, oh, I really thought you were dead. I was so upset because I need you for my movie.
Yeah.
But who said something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
And
weird.
then he said something about like, oh, if your mom died, you wouldn't be doing the film. I just, like, all sorts of weird shit that I found extremely creepy.
Yeah, and it's also weird that out of all the places, it's in the complete middle of nowhere, Beckett. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does make sense that it would be cheaper and everything out there.
So I think it's free. So the property in Beckett is owned by one of the black guys. He's a cook for Sodexo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's moving in the middle of the film, so we have to film all the scenes there.
Yeah.
I don't know how it turned into 5 days from 4 days, but we'll see how things go.
Yeah. But I think it's almost definitely a thing where we're just being paranoid. I'd say the only fully realistic worry that we should have is the fact that they're literally, you know, real, like it's possible some sort of accident can happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Except I'm not doing any acting in this movie, right? I'm only doing the camera thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You know, like, we're very important to the film. You're gonna be doing the focusing, and I'm gonna be framing the shots.
Yeah.
We have another assistant that's gonna hold the camera in between shots so that we can run it around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But a couple other things about this whole thing. First of all, I've been calculating how much storage he's gonna need, and it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wasn't even thinking about that. I originally thought we were gonna film in 4K, and then that you and me were each gonna be working on one camera in 4K. I thought there would be like 4 actors. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be this crazy thing.
Yeah.
They're literally putting like World War II military jeeps upside down and making it look like there were explosions and stuff like that in the background of this.
I'm just hoping this will all be safe enough that we won't get injured or in any sort of legal trouble.
Yeah, very true. So I think there's minimal chance of us getting in legal trouble.
Yeah.
The only thing is because we have the cameras, they might think we're professional, but we can very clearly say that, like, this is not our project,
Yeah, true.
and that we're just freelancing, you know?
Exactly.
Say, oh, I have no control over the logistics, like, I did no planning, and I'm not employing any of these people.
Exactly.
And then, plus, we're not going to be in uniform or anything creepy like the rest of them, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not worried about legal trouble. I am worried about injury, but
I
we'll
agree.
just have to have very clear boundaries.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we should I think we should probably tell John to make sure everything's empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, hopefully him and the reenactors know what they're doing.
Yep.
I
So
can only
crazy.
imagine if it is some sort of thing, though, and, like, we're not being
Serbian thing.
targeted because they have no idea. I don't think I've ever said to John anything about being Jewish.
Yeah. I don't think so too.
Yeah, so, like, they would have no idea. Neither of us have, like, names that are at all indicative of that.
Yeah.
You with your blue eyes, so,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think, but imagine if they are trying to do something awful.
Like a Serbian film or something.
Yeah.
And John will get his satisfaction of being like that director, and then those other guys will get satisfaction in their own ways. This is.
That was a staged film, though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was fictional. They didn't actually do it.
Yeah, no, they didn't do it, but it's well known in Serbia, that film.
Oh gosh, so after that, the other thing was John wanted to show some examples of what he wants the camera work to be like.
Yeah,
And it's very confusing what style he likes.
yeah,
Like, he would show these absolutely terrible shots and just love them. So, I don't know, it's gonna be a process.
yeah,
And then, yeah, so we were watching these gruesome documentary films of, like, the apartheid in Africa and people being killed, and, like, and this was all documentary footage.
yeah,
And he was like, oh, I want you to replicate this. But meanwhile, Norm's the name of the white supremacist guy, and his son, I don't remember the name. I remember the name of everyone else we met. Patrick owns the construction zone that we're filming at. Joe is a reenactor that was trying to get his, like, the second location in that area. But we were watching the film, and there were all these, like, 3-year-old kids watching it with us.
yeah,
It's just, like, something that they shouldn't have, like, a normal parent wouldn't have their kids sitting there watching that.
yeah.
So, yeah, definitely an interesting group.
But yeah, let's just keep our eyes and ears open when we do this whole thing.
Yeah. Overall, I think it's going to be a positive experience.
Yeah,
I think we'll be able to get some good quality video out of it with the good camera, and the fact that John is going so all out with paying extras and
Everything.
stuff like that.
yeah,
It should look extremely professional.
yeah, I agree.
So, oh, that is if the camera work doesn't end up sucking.
I know, and we need to make sure it has enough battery and everything out
Yeah.
there, you know what I mean? So you don't run
Yeah.
out.
Are you gonna bring your battery?
I didn't order one yet. Could you send me the link to the thing?
I mean your other one, the big one.
Yeah, I can bring that thing too.
Yeah, bring that, because I think that will make a big difference.
Yeah, but I also want to buy the one you have.
Okay, no, for that. I don't think that you should bring your camera at all.
Yeah, I think so too. You're right.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But yeah, it's so weird everything. But
Yeah.
I'm going to California in the morning. That'll be lit.
I'm a bit jelly. I'm going to work.
Oh, you're so excited.
Yeah, I hate it so much. I got one more week left before I'm on vacation.
I
So,
support
did I
it.
tell you, GMB offered me a position again?
Yeah. Also, the New England Sports Photography messaged me saying I should work there,
Yeah.
and I said
Oh,
no.
gosh.
Did you reply to them?
No, I didn't.
I arrive in 5 minutes to home. But isn't that so weird, my girlfriend, how she responded like pretty much chill to the whole situation?
Well, what if she was trying to cover up her cheating?
That's what I think. She didn't bother asking me if I cheated. Isn't that
Very
weird?
strange.
And then I was like, I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to accuse her of cheating, because if I did, then she would end up asking me if I cheated. And then I said what I said to kind of break that kind of silence or weird vibes thing was, I was like, oh, like I asked the doctor, said it was like so weird, and I said I asked the doctor, like, is it possible that it didn't work, the antibiotics or whatever? And I was like, and he was like, yeah, but like a very small chance or whatever. And so my girlfriend was like, yeah, it was probably that, like, you know what I mean? But it just seemed all around too suspicious. But it could be a thing where she's just a freak, which is a possibility too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if we'll have to have some fun hangs with you and your girlfriend again
Oh,
before you
I
guys
agree.
inevitably break up.
I know, literally. I'll just get her
Yeah,
pregnant. No kidding.
But looking at the John thing on the positive side, I think it should be extremely high quality if we, we'll at the very least get some pretty cool things that we could show as an example of the work we've done.
Exactly.
The only thing is the content is so ridiculous, we could never really show it to any employers, and
Yep.
simply can't even really even have our names attached to it.
Literally. So don't forget we need to do that.
I know.
And
The thing is, we'll have to say that without offending John.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have to do that at the beginning. We could wait a little later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
what
gonna
we
take
can-
him months to edit anyways,
Yeah.
so I'm not too worried about saying it right away, but yeah.
And we could even say, you know, it would be funny though if we end up using aliases and then it ended up being the thing that could like break us into the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Oh
would
my
be so
God.
funny. I could
The
picture
other
that
movie
happening.
he mentioned sounds fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And just because my dad watches cowboy movies and they always make me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I love those.
Corny. But his next movie he's thinking of doing is a cowboy movie.
That's so funny. I love that.
And they have a train, and it's supposed to be a comedy. They have a